Hey guys, it's Ep43 and welcome back to episode 43 of my Dortmund career mode. Now in today's episode we're going to be finishing off the season, playing the final two games in the league and then the final of the Champions Cup against Man United as well. So three very big games for us. Obviously in the league I can't really see us winning it now. All we can do is win the next two matches and see where that puts us. They'd have to lose the next two games, so I think we have lost out sadly, and it looks like we will finish second again. So good thing that that's obviously happened 2 seasons in a row, but it means that obviously I'm probably therefore going to do a third season. If you guys obviously would like to see that, so let me know in the comments below and I will decide from that. Also, if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well, and on today's video, could we try and hit 40 likes? That would be really appreciated. Obviously, three very important games, as I said before. This is the side I'm going to go with. You'll see that I've changed the formation because we're changing styles a little bit. If you watch my Leeds career mode, you'll see that I've changed the formation and also the difficulty in that now as well. And I'm changing it back to Legendary, which we briefly tried. I can't remember if it was this career mode or the Leeds one, but we briefly tried it. Now we're back on it because I think with a new sort of style which I'm playing, hopefully we can get better results on Legendary. No sort of changes to the CPU or anything like that. We are just keeping everything the same and it's just going to be Legendary. So we'll see how that goes. This is the side I'm going with. Tactics, I've kind of made my own custom tactic. That's it if you're interested. And also obviously gone with a formation and a couple of instructions on different players. We've got Donnarumma starting in goal, Aurier right back, Socrates and Sewell as my centre backs, Sturm as my left back, Roda, Sanchez and Castro as my three centre mids, with Dembele on the right hand side, Schürrle on the left and Origi up front. Those two looking to try and cut in on the right and left, hopefully try and use their stronger foots to get some shots on goal. This is the bench I've gone with, again a little bit depleted. We played quite recently against Barcelona. A lot of injuries as well if you didn't see the last episode, which obviously you can watch in the description below. But yeah, let's crack on with the game, see how we get on against Borussia Mönchengladbach. It's, like I said before, a game which we need to win, but it seems like the title's pretty much over, to be honest. Here we go, hopefully this works. Hopefully the formation's going to go quite well for us. I've been doing it on career mode, off camera, my Man City career mode, which I do, and it has worked really, really well, given some realistic results. Not kind of always gone my way, which is a good thing. It does add to the realism, obviously. So hopefully that's going to be the case for this career mode as well. Chance here, they've got him behind us. Good ball across. What a save from Donnarumma. Headed out by, I think, Sewell that was in the end. What a save that was. I thought it was an inevitable goal there. Didn't quite happen though. He's managed to save it. Dembele onto Origi. Origi, great chance. No, missed it. Got to score that. That's a poor shot in the end. Origi looking for Schürrle, great chance off the post / bar. Sanchez was in there to receive it, but it was cleared before he could get to him. Sanchez into Schürrle. He's going to wait now for Sanchez. Sanchez! Oh my god, just get it in the back of the net. 2 or 3 decent chances now, we've not taken any of them. That one nearly falls for Origi. Come on, about time we've scored it, and it's from a goalkeeper mistake. He nearly did that earlier on and just didn't quite manage to capitalise on it. But 21 minutes in, 1-0 up. This is Legendary now as well. But still, those sort of silly mistakes from the CPU. Dembele, what's his touch like? It's decent. Taking it straight onto his left foot. Went for the shot in the end. It was looking really to try and play it across and try and get an easy goal, but there was no option to do it. That's it for the first half. Still winning the game 1-0. Happy with obviously the scoreline at the moment. But we do need certainly a second goal just to secure us the lead. Because I've got a feeling they might get themselves a goal at some stage in this match. So if that does happen, we also need to give ourselves a little bit of extra room in front of them. I'd like to try and get a second goal before we make any changes. Obviously don't want to be bringing on any youngsters if we don't quite have that sort of second goal in the bag just yet. It could be a chance here with Sanchez. We're cleared. Again, just can't quite get through the final line of defence at the moment. A little bit of a shame, but I think with a few more minutes, a few more chances, it should get us through, and we should be able to create something here. Roda, he's done it as well, 2-0, just as I was saying a second ago. He scores with about 30 minutes left, gives us a chance now to be able to make those changes. Two-goal lead should be enough for the final 30 minutes. And yeah, let's make the changes now. Okay, first two changes, Prokop and Schmitz coming on as well. We will be taking off Castro and Sanchez in midfield, and obviously just putting those two straight into those positions. We'll see how it goes. Might not necessarily make any more changes, to be honest. The rest of the players on the bench do have some energy missing, so I don't think there's any need to really bring them on. There's a week until our next game as well, so it's not like I have to particularly try and rest certain players. There should be enough time for them to fully recover. Prokop onto Origi, starting to open up a little bit now. Borussia Mönchengladbach off the post. Oh, so close. The goalkeeper, I don't think, got anything on it, but it does just come straight off the post, I think. could have been quite a few more in this match. Prokop's still going to have a go, and a very good performance from us. This new sort of style that we've started here has certainly improved us massively, and could be much more as well. We have had a lot of good chances, especially in that first half. All through to Prokop. Now he is through. Doesn't have anyone else to beat, but he's been caught up by Traore. Prokop makes it 3-0. That's the goal in the final minutes. It's a decent finish actually for him, considering he is primarily a more defensive player than an attacking one. He's managed to sprint through, plenty of pace. He has actually been bullying some of their midfielders for a lot of the time he's been on the pitch. Completely dominating them. Very, very strong as well in that midfield. I do quite like him a lot. Decent overall as well for his age. And he smashes that one past the goalkeeper. Traore trying to recover, but couldn't quite get there. That's it for the game. We have finished it. It's now 3-0. It is finished, so very happy with that. Got the 3 points. Don't know why the Borussia Mönchengladbach players were celebrating like they just won that game. Very strange, but we got the 3 points ourselves, and very happy with that. Could have been many more goals as well. We've had loads of chances. That first half we had so many good chances, and it could have in the end probably been maybe 5 or 6-0. Seems like Leverkusen have now won the league title. They won their match, which means they're 6 points in front of us with 1 game to go. That also means we are confirmed to have finished second now. Again, finishing second 2 seasons in a row. I wanted to obviously win. Again, it's not Bayern Munich that have won the league. Bayern Leverkusen this time. I can't remember who won it last year, but disappointing that despite Bayern not being in sort of the top 2, we haven't managed to capitalise on that. And yeah, just the 71 points, sadly. For now anyway, of course we've got 1 more match to play. But yeah, disappointing that we've not managed to win the league. But again, second 2 years in a row and 2 Champions League finals is pretty decent. We could also win the Champions League as well, back-to-back in today's episode. But some good news before we play that game, or any games that we've got coming up now. Richter comes back into the squad, so does Iheanacho. They won't be, I don't think they'll be playing in the game against Mainz, but they certainly could appear in that game against Man United later on. Royce is okay to play, he says, but I'm not really too sure whether he's fully recovered yet, to be honest. We haven't heard back, I don't think. We'll take a look now actually at the injury list, see whether it has got a little bit shorter. Not really, I don't think, no. We've got Royce still on there, 4 days until he's fully back. Richter is back in training, but another 2 weeks really, along with Iheanacho as well. Okay, this is him I've gone with for the game against Mainz. Donnarumma again starting in goal. Aurier at right back, got Tar, Sewell and Guerrero as the rest of my defenders. Weigl and CDM, Sanchez and Goetze as my other midfielders as well. Dembele on the right hand side, Emery Moore up front with Origi on the left hand side. Part of me wanted to kind of play a really weak team here, but the game against Man United is a couple of weeks away, so I don't think there's really much point me just going with a really weak side. Obviously, there's nothing really to play for now, but I'd still like to go with a fairly strong team and try and end the season on a win. So that's why I've gone with this sort of side. Plenty of options on the bench for changes if we need to make them. Alexander-Arnold and Pulisic, the likely ones if this game does go quite well for us. But let's wait and see what happens. Hopefully, it can be quite a convincing win. But yeah, let's see how we go. Here we go. Need to end the season on a good performance. Hopefully we can do that with a win here against Mainz. We're at home for our final game of the season. Yeah, need to try and get the 3 points. I'm hopeful that we can play even better than the last match, because this is more sort of my type of team. Probably more likely my starting 11, obviously excluding a few players that are injured. But my midfield certainly is more the midfield I'd start. Sanchez onto Origi. Great chance for him to try and create something here. Origi going to cut onto his right foot. Oh, what a save that is. Dembele looking to get there if he can. It will be cleared. Origi, back post to Dembele. He heads it across. Oh, what a save. Weigl it was that got on the end of, I think it's Dembele's header at the back post there. Just couldn't quite get enough behind it to cause the keeper any issues. That's half time, 0-0 at the moment. A little bit disappointing. We've obviously dominated play. We've had a lot of chances, many more chances than Mainz have had. But haven't quite got the goal at the moment, which is understandable. It's legendary, it's still a step up. We're not going to win every game as comfortably as we did in that last match. But yeah, we might look to some tactical change a little bit later on. But for now, we will keep the same team out. Maybe 10-15 minutes in, probably make a change or two. That'll probably be Goetze coming off again. Similar sort of issue with him, that his stamina just isn't good enough. And we'll maybe look to also take off Origi as well. So it depends how we get on in these first sort of 15 minutes. Okay, first 2 changes. Now we're going to bring on Alexander-Arnold and Roda. That means we'll be taking off Goetze and Origi, as I mentioned before. The next change will probably be to bring on someone like Pulisic, maybe something like that. Possibly even take off Emery Moore, stick Dembele up front, then Pulisic on the left. Could be a thing we might do. Made this change a little bit earlier than I first anticipated. We just have kind of really not got into this second half particularly well so far. Dembele onto Emery Moore. It's a fantastic run. Can he play back to Dembele? Oh, he does get a toe to it just as a challenge came in from the defender. Goes out for a corner, was a decent save actually by the goalkeeper. Roda to deliver it. Schule was up there, couldn't quite get anything on it, as has been the case with all our corners. Okay, so we will do what I suggested earlier, which is put Dembele up front, bring on Pulisic and take off Emre Mor. We'll see how that goes for the final 20 minutes. Again, pushing for a win. Not that we really need one, but because I want to try and end the season on a win if we can in the league. Let's find out whether that does make any change, any sort of difference to the way that we're playing. Roda onto Alexander-Arnold. Trying to play this one back to Sanchez off the post. And we have Pulisic lurking, didn't quite fall for him. Great chance. Dembele gone for the cross. Sanchez is in there. Oh, another chance. Another one that's not on target. I'm not too sure that it was Sanchez actually in the end. Alexander-Arnold might well have been in there. Thought it was Sanchez. No, it's Alexander-Arnold, hence why it's gone so far off target. Not a great pass to Pulisic. Tar looking for someone in there. Guerrero. So we've drawn the game 0-0 there. It's disappointing. Does feel like a loss, to be honest, that game, because we should have won it quite convincingly. They didn't threaten us really at all for most of that match. And that is represented by the fact that they didn't actually have a shot on target. We had 9 shots, 5 on target, and they didn't have any on target. So disappointing we didn't get the win. That sort of thing happens though. And that is the end of the league season now. We do have obviously a game against Man United coming up, still to play in the Champions League final. Let's now see whether we can get ourselves a win in that game. So player development now. We are going to go ahead with the exact same players, I think, again this week. See whether we can get them going up. Hopefully we can, at least some attributes anyway going up. And just a couple. I think we might need to change these around because all of them getting D grades there. Not very good this week. Progress on the growth side of things has been pretty slow for a lot of players. Maybe we should change them around. Before we get on to the Man United game, though, we are going to go through our youth academy now and take a look at some of the younger players that we've got in the youth academy. We're going to go around and offer them contracts and see whether they want to join us. Hopefully they do, because there are actually some decent youngsters in this youth academy now. So we will offer quite a few contracts out. Hopefully we've got the space in the squad to be able to do that. It seems like we should hopefully be able to sign up a couple anyway that are of the right age. A French player here who we're hopefully going to try and sign up. A goalkeeper could be decent. His potential there was pretty decent. So yeah, we'll wait and see whether he comes back and agrees the deal. We've also got a German player here, Albert. Again, another player that looks pretty good, so we will offer him a contract. Just to make sure none of them sort of decide to leave our youth academy or anything like that. To make sure we try and keep the best players, obviously, at the club. A lot of left mids here that we have available. Don't think we need quite as many as this, but we'll obviously offer all the ones that we've got. Okay, so we've managed to sign up pretty much all of them, but one I think it's going to be Winter that we haven't managed to quite sign. He's actually quite a good right winger, but we are going to try and get in. So it does seem like we're going to have to release someone, I think, from our current squad that we've got. And it might actually be this Adan Romeo. 49 overall, not looking great, although we do have this CD on I don't think I've used at all. 18 years old, yeah, we will just release him. I do quite like this guy. I think I've used him a couple of times, so we will keep hold of him. Now offer Winter a new contract. Okay, on to some play drills now. I've changed obviously a few of these around. Richard has come in. He's got a couple of drills. He's also got a defensive one as well. Just because, as I always do, I try and get some of the other stats up as well that maybe aren't of use. But hopefully try and get them up to hopefully boost his overall. We've got Schaffer here going up and Pulisic as well, so he goes up to 79 overall. That's great news for us. But this week Richard doesn't really change too much, sadly. This is a little strange. Youth player terminates contract. That's the goalkeeper that I've literally just promoted. But yeah, I don't know what's happened to that goalkeeper because he was in our team. He still is in our team. Maybe it's a different player with the same name. Okay, this is the team that will come up against Man United with. Donnarumma's going to start in goal. Aurier at right back. Tar and Schule as my centre-backs. Guerrero again as my left-back. So kind of pretty much quite a solid defence I've kept quite similar throughout most of today's episode and the season. Weigl's going to play at CDM. We've got Sanchez and Goetze as the other midfielders again. Dembele on the right-hand side again, and we've got Royce coming into the team, and Iheanacho starting up front. He's also back. Can't really argue with 92 finishing compared to the other strikers we have available. I think he is the best, is it? Yeah, Emre Mor's 89 finishing. 92, so can't argue with that too much. And this is the bench I've gone with. Obviously, suddenly just got a really sort of strong squad again. A lot of players who are back from injury. A couple of games too late, though. Would have been nice to have them back to try and sort of get the title race going and do that sort of thing and try and win it. But it is nice to have them back for obviously the Champions League final. This is the game against Man United. Let's find out how we get on. Hopefully we can get ourselves 2 Champions League trophies in 2 seasons. So here we go. This is the Champions League final. Dybala's starting for them. Obviously an incredible striker. They paid a lot of money for him. So that's going to be a challenge for us to defend up against him. They've got Pogba in the team. A lot of good players. Mkhitaryan playing. Schneiderlin's also there as well. Shaw, as you can see. Anthony Martial. So a lot of good players. Need to try and get ourselves off to a good start. But more importantly, don't concede earlier on. That is really the aim. Not to concede early on. Hopefully we can do that, and maybe even get a goal if they continue to play it around the back like this. Oh my days. What a goal. I mean, that is really top corner from Pogba. He has produced an outstanding strike 15 minutes in. Oh my days. How has that happened? I mean, I think it's been a really balanced game. We both had decent chances. Not loads of chances, obviously, but that is as top corner as you can get. Losing the game 1-0, not a great start. I said not to concede early on. We've done that 15 minutes in, and that puts us 1-0 behind now. Guerrero, can he produce a Pogba? Not quite, but it certainly caused some issues. No, could have been 2-0. Probably should have been 2-0 there. Pogba with a great headed chance. You could see it coming as soon as the ball was played by Dybala, and we didn't stop the cross. Nearly 2-0 there, but it does remain 1-0. We're approaching half-time. It is half-time now. And yeah, we just need to up the performance, as simple as that. Not quite had as much quality as usual. We've had more shots according to the stats, but yeah, just not quite as good as we've seen in previous games, sadly. Oh no. 2-0, 60th minute. That's just an absolute shambles in defence. Couldn't sort out the mess. All over the place. Goalkeeper error, defending error. 2-0, Dybala with the goal. Disappointing. 30 minutes to go. Looks like it might well all be over here, but we will make a couple of changes soon. Hopefully that'll inspire some sort of comeback, but it's going to be very, very close. And probably not going to happen at this rate if we continue playing as we are. Not looked a threat at all on the attack. Don't know what's happened this game. Haven't really seemed to have had many chances. Royce has been completely absent. Iheanacho's not done much. All three changes, Roda, Origi and Emery Moore all coming on. Götze, Royce and Iheanacho all coming off. Royce obviously coming back from injury recently. Hasn't looked great either, to be honest, so I can't justify him being on the pitch still. And it's a shame because he's our best rated player, our captain, everything like that. But I can't keep him on the pitch if he's not playing well. So sadly going to have to sub him off. And gets Emery Moore getting a little bit closer to the strike, which is maybe what we should have tried with Royce to begin with, but he has just looked sloppy throughout the whole of this match, really. Emery Moore turns his man, gonna shoot, gonna score 2-1, 7 minutes left. There's still time, probably not enough time, but there's still time, so we can hopefully try and get ourselves an equaliser here. Brilliant turn. Oh, Emery Moore's through. Emery Moore, 2-2. What are the chances of that? 2 goals in about 5 minutes. Emery Moore, it's somehow fallen to him. Wasn't even expecting that to happen. It's a foul here. I'm not too sure who it's on. It might be Origi. I thought that was going to be given. The ball falls for Emery Moore brilliantly. It's 2-2. There's a couple of minutes left. I don't expect to score in the last couple of minutes. How we've got 2 goals in 5, I've no idea. Emery Moore with both of them as well. Don't know what's happened here, but there's suddenly been a huge turnaround. Man United were just really poor, just pass it around in defence. Again, asking for their own sort of problems, and we did just manage to capitalise on a couple of errors again. So fluky, but we'll take it. 2-2, and there's a chance now that we can go on to still win this. Okay, 2-2 it finishes. So, into extra time I think we go. I'm pretty sure it goes into extra time first in the Champions League. And yeah, let's see how we get on. So, another 30 minutes to play. I want a final goal. I don't really want to have to leave things to chance and penalty shootout. Emery Moore going to look for the overlap, and it's just not quite good enough. Guerrero running out of pace now as we go into the 113th minute. Oh, good pass to Emery Moore. How that's found, I have no idea. Pogba seems to be playing centre-back now, I think. Emery Moore's obviously got the pace on him. Emery Moore! Oh, so close. Was never really going to be able to score from that sort of angle. Had to go across. We're into penalties now, though. Oh, no, I did not want this to happen. Okay, here we go. Let's find out how we're going to get on. Dybala to step up first and take the very first penalty, the final. Oh, off the post, but it goes in. Thought that had stayed out as well, but it doesn't. And we're going to go for the right-hand side with Origi. Nearly a similar sort of thing, just not quite as much power. And Herrera going to step up now for Man United with their second penalty. I'm going to, I think, go right here, but we'll wait and see where he does go, and it's right, but just above where our goalkeeper dives, sadly. Weigel's going to go for the left-hand side here, and slots at home. De Gea goes the other way. On to Man United, Pogba to step up. Should really be scoring this, Pogba, with the quality he's got. And he does, smashes it in the top corner. Not going to see many better penalties than that. Similar to his goal, just the opposite side, I think. Sanchez, not the most convincing penalty so far from me. I do just usually kind of place them for the corner. whenever I smash them, it usually gets saved. Some good penalties from Man United. This is going to be very, very tough. Left footers, always hate left footers, and done it again to me. Always happens with penalties. Always miss the left footed ones. Memphis Depay to secure the Man United win by going to the right, which is where I went, but the goalkeeper didn't dive there properly. Man United have won the Champions League. I guessed right, but he just didn't do it. He just collapsed. Effectively just handed them the win. Let's watch this one again, because this is a completely normal dive to the right, but obviously the keeper decided not to dive normally. If he does dive normally, he saves that. So, yeah. Rigged. Cheers, EA. Completely rigged. Great. Dembele let me down with a left-footed penalty. The amount of times left-footed penalties have not been scored. I don't think I have scored a left-footed penalty. But yeah, it's disappointing. We've not won the Champions League, sadly. Couldn't make it 2 seasons in a row, but we did meet the objective that the board set, which was to get into the final. And I think that's pretty decent anyway. It has been our main focus throughout the whole season, so it's a shame not to win it. But obviously it became our main focus after we didn't do so well in the league. And that is everything for this season and this episode. We finished second in the league. We finished second in the Champions League as well. Obviously not happy with second. Our team kind of fell apart, to be honest, towards the end with so many injuries. But we did have some of them players back, so there's no excuses really for that. But yeah, disappointing performances at that time. And obviously, I did decide to change the legendary for this episode to see how we get on. And it's certainly positive. We'll go on to next season on legendary as well. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below, and I'll read and reply as usual. That is everything for today's episode. Thank you all so much for watching. We will start the new season next episode. If we could go ahead and hit 40 likes on today's episode, I would really appreciate it. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well. It will be absolutely fantastic. And yeah, we will crack on with the new season next time round. Thanks for watching. Apologies that we obviously didn't win the league this year, or the Champions League, but I certainly think we did fairly well. But there's certainly more to improve on next year. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.